Okay, thank you so much for joining Mindfulness the Jewish Way. You know, not Jewish people, generally speaking, are quite humble. After 4,000 years of persecution, Holocaust, pogroms, you name it, and perhaps maybe that was part of the reason, it leaves you not arrogant. But at the same time, Jewish people, obviously, this is more coming from, if you want to call it secular or scientific wisdom. It's not something that I'm much into, but I'm just bringing this out for the point, is that they say that the most successful people in the world are Ashkenazic Jews. So what is the secret within Judaism that has an ability? I mean, you're talking about, I think, 25% of the Nobel Prize winners. You're talking about 35% of major corporations, major amount of scientific advancements. So how does such a small percentage of the world, I think it's like 0.4% of the world, become, in terms of thought leadership, in terms of actual, good practices, how do they manage? And a lot of people want to know the secret to the Jewish people. So there's, as in many things, there are a number of factors. You can't always say something is one factor. So the first and foremost, I want to discuss what is this mindfulness, maybe craze you can call it. What are people actually looking for, and how do you actually get it? And so the most important thing to understand is that people want two things in life. And that is, number one, I'll start with the kind of not negative. Number one, we don't want to suffer. And number two is we want to achieve positive achievements. So the thing is, these two things in a way counteract each other, because unfortunately we only have one brain and we have one heart. And if you want to think about the soul is also expressed as a desire. We have, in a way, only one desire. So in any given moment, just to give you an example, you can only be driving to one city. If you're driving, you're going in one destination at any given moment. And so unfortunately, the problem with suffering, which can also be anxiety, which is what mindfulness is really trying to cover, is a state of suffering, basically. And so you have to be able to get over that. So let's discuss, first of all, how to get out of suffering. And the other thing is, people are trying to have positive experiences. And part of that, they think that if they're mindful, meaning if they're kind of living in the moment, they're going to appreciate it more, which is true. But ultimately, that's not the truth, because ultimately it's about positive accomplishments that's going to make you happy. So these series of courses, they're going to show you two things: how to de-stress the Jewish way and how to create positive accomplishments.